anything nerdy and geek. Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Comic John here. I have been getting a lot of emails, a lot of the same questions. So I just wanted to jump on here real quick and just answer a few of them. And I wanted to do this one first because his name is God. Is God _ blunder. So God of Blunder writes, John and Co. I'm new to your channel. I like the Mandalorian show with your brother. Is he actually a Star Wars fan, or did you make him do this show with you? So no. In fact, while it was my idea, my brother initiated wanting to be part, because I do a podcast, I do a whole bunch of different shows on this channel that revolve around stuff that my brother and I really enjoyed as kids, and I still enjoy today, and he kind of, has responsibilities. He's mature. When we grew up, it was still like the same way. Rye was always into sports. I was always into make-believe and girls. But yeah, I was more of the fantasy, more of the artist, type C personality. Rye's an A type. He runs his own company. He's a physical trainer. He doesn't have a lot of room in his brain for make-believe, which is fine, because that's why we work so well on the show. And I wanted to do a show. I want to do shows with people who don't know anything about Star Wars or Marvel or DC or anything in the fantasy world, in the make-believe world. And because I want people who know this much, after our show, they know that much. All right, next one. Nigel writes, Hi John, will you and your brother be reviewing another show after Mandalorian ends, and will it still be called I Have Spoken? Thanks. Well, Nigel, yes. Well, it's not confirmed, but I already have an idea for what Ryan and I will do next. It's in the back of my head. I maybe slid it out there to him on a text, but you know how it's like texting with family. They respond to the text that they feel like responding to. So I kind of sent him a little screenshot of the show that I want to do next. He didn't respond to that. He just, brought up a new topic days later. And it will be called I Have Spoken. I just think that term is so universal. It doesn't have to just be The Mandalorian. I Have Spoken will just be my brother and I reviewing a TV show once a week for the series. And I'm gonna bring it up on the next show, on the next Mandalorian, on the next episode of I Have Spoken. When we review episode 6, which, if you saw it, it was great. It was such a good episode. It moved so fast, and it was one of the longer episodes. It seems like they're getting on the right track. Dave Filoni, it was cool seeing him and the other writers as TIE Fighter pilots. That was pretty amazing. So yeah, Nigel, I have a plan to do another show with Rye and keep this a year-long thing, and we'll just jump to a new show every time. Or I'll just be doing a new show by myself. See, this is what it was like when Rye and I were kids. We would always videotape stuff. We were always making movies our whole life. And there came a point where we were making something almost a few times a week in the same universe, like an ongoing story. And as we got older, because this started in high school and it went through college, after college we still kept it up. As high school went on and we got older, Rye kind of slowly moved away. Just because he has other interests. It's totally fine. He doesn't like... He's not a big fan of the make-believe. But I think now that he's got kids, he has 3 daughters who are all under age 10. I mean, what else do little daughters or little kids like other than pretending that they're adults? They like playing make-believe. But thank you so much for writing in, Nigel. Up next we have Isabor Ming. I keep thinking that this name here, Isabor, is like supposed to be a word. Like, is it boring? Or I don't know. Anyway, Isabor Ming writes, Is the show with your brother a serious on Star Wars or making fun of it? Big fan. You are 2 funny brothers. Well, thank you so much, Isabor Ming, and I hope I'm saying your name right. If I'm not, please respond and let me know. Like I said, this question, I got like 50 emails saying, what's the deal? Are you a fan and your brother's not a fan? I don't people were confused. And yes, he's a fan, but he's not a fan on the level like he made his own YouTube channel to talk about it. Okay, he enjoys it, and then he moves on. Actually, he watches it, he enjoys it, he comes on here once a week when I can get him to talk about it, and then he moves on with his life and his other interests, which are primarily his family, which is great. So we are not making fun of it. There are parts of Star Wars that are hard not to make fun of at this point, but my brother and I make fun of everything. So it's not like we're doing a show to make fun of Star Wars. We're just doing a show. We're going to talk about what we liked, talk about what we didn't like, and just out of habit and how we're naturally wired, we're going to make fun of parts of it. That's it. And finally, my favorite handle that wrote into me here, at DK Schrute, which I'm guessing stands for Dwight K. Schrute. DK Schrute writes, again, guys, I know I sound redundant because I'm basically reading the same question written differently over and over, but these are like 4 emails of over 50, all wanting to know the same thing. John, why do you have 2 shows on your channel with people? Okay, DK Schrute writes, John, why do you have 2 shows on your channel with people who don't like Star Wars? You seem to know enough, but your guests seem to be non-Star Wars fans. It's interesting and engaging. Hats off to you. Fact. Hold on, let me do that again. Hats off. Fact. Just to recap this whole entire video, I have the show First Time Watching with Cornelio, Star Wars Edition. He's never watched it. The kid grew up in Nicaragua, so only the rich kids had access to Star Wars. So he never saw him, and he is into The Mandalorian. And he's like, oh, Mandalorian's cool. Maybe I should check out all this Star Wars stuff. And I said, maybe you should, and then come on my YouTube channel and talk about it. Again, I am trying to expand the Star Wars audience. That's all I'm trying to do here. By bringing in guests that don't know as much as I do, and I don't even know that much. I mean, there are people out there that reference shit about Star Wars. I don't even know what they're talking about. So just remember, I like having people on here that are fans, and we're going to help them become huge, hardcore, positive Star Wars fans. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for me. Those are all the emails that I wanted to just go through. I chose them for their names, but guys, if you want to reach me, thecomicjohn@gmail.com. Again, thecomicjohn@gmail.com. Shoot me in any kind of question or comment that you like, and if it is relevant and it fits into what we're talking about, and you pretty much know what we're talking about here, it's movies, TV, comics, we'll read it on the show. We'll talk about it. I can't wait to see what else you guys have to understand, but at least I got that out there. Again, I am not an expert, but I'm a huge, huge fan. And I have people that have potential to become big fans on my show because I want them to become big fans and I want them to enjoy what I'm doing. It's like a cult here, okay? Or like a religion. So why don't you join me? Make sure to subscribe, guys, please. I'm at like 25 now. Let's get to 30 before the weekend's over. That would be huge. Make sure to like, make sure to tell your friends. And like I just said, leave a comment down below or email me, thecomicjohn@gmail.com. I love you. Oh, hey, make sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment and hit the notification bell. And if you're finding me for the first time, I do trailer reaction videos, hot take movie reviews, news briefs on anything Marvel, DC, Star Wars. You'll love it. Thanks.